Ooh. You do it at the same time. Civic goodness warms the heart.
Okay, so I got all the clips off the bumper. There's two screw on either side by the fenders. There's 24 clips along the front. That may be specific to my model because it's got a skirt around the front. And you probably can pull it off without taking the skirt off. However, it'll definitely be easier if the skirt and the bumper both come off. And there was two clips on the front, and then one clip over here and two clips over there on the side of the engine bay. So we're gonna pop the bumper off now, and I'm pretty nervous about it.
Your boy? It says on the bolt what size of socket you need.
Pretty much everything on the Civic is a 10 mil though. This is the extension you'll need. And use a small ratchet so that it fits. It slides right in underneath the mount and to the bolt. Fantastic.
That would have been perfect time to put super dramatic music over it.
Panel's so rusted, it almost snapped getting the bolt out.
So this looks like it's a part of the Titanic if the camera would focus on it. I'm gonna try to wire wheel it and hopefully it still exists after I do that. And I'm gonna paint it with some header epoxy paint I have, maybe.
There's the other one. I think this one will stand up a lot better to the wire wheel, and definitely get some exhaust paint on this one. The other one, it almost looks. The other one almost looks like it's just gonna completely disintegrate. So I'm not sure Brad's gonna have much luck with that. Alrighty, so I've taped off the fender panel that I want to paint. It's got some oxidization right here, and it started to pit, so I'm getting at it just before the sun bleaches the paint. At least I hope I'm getting at it before the sun has bleached the paint. It doesn't seem very noticeable right now. I actually couldn't see it until I cleaned the car. Before I want this panel to look a lot nicer than I did the roof, so I'm actually going to sand it down a little bit until it's smooth. So right now you can feel this, the oxidization, the imperfections in the panel. So before I sand this down, to try and make it smooth. I'm gonna clay bar it so that I don't drag a bunch of embedded debris across the clear coat and make it look worse than it already does. So down here, all around where the mud guard would be, there was actually quite a bit of stones. It doesn't feel rough like it did up here, but just looking at the clay after wiping it, I've been picking up quite a bit of stones out of the paint. So. Okay, so I'm gonna wet sand this now with 800 grit sandpaper, just until I can't feel the oxidization anymore, and I'll go over it with I might go 1,000, then 3,000, or I might skip right to 3,000 depending. Okay, so I use the 800 grit wet dry sand sandpaper, and I've just covered this area where it's oxidized here, and I just sanded till it was smooth, and I'm actually down to the base coat here, so I have to stop. I don't have base coat to replace it, and now I'm just gonna scuff it up with my my Scotch pad. Okay, so sanded her down, scuffed her up, cleaned her with soap and water, and now I'm gonna mask it off and wipe it down with wax and grease remover. Then I'll let it dry for a bit and we're ready to paint.
You want to paint the headlights in here or in the shop?
In here.
Bring your stroke farther this way. Be conscious of this point down here. You want to be all even. I may have made that worse than better. Maybe. Oh well.
More?
Yeah. Still need more up here. Do one slower pass, one more slower pass. That's good. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get better than that. Probably end up doing more. 10 minutes.
Someone to say goodnight can go a long way. If you're feeling inspired, maybe tell them a story or sing them a lullaby.
Alright, so it's the next day. Paint's dried. It's looking pretty good. It's about stock orange peel. I'm really happy with it, other than the fact that I sanded this spot, and I should not have sanded this spot. Yeah, you just shouldn't have sanded it at all, to be quite honest. It definitely didn't make it better, even though that's what everyone says to do. I think I should have just stopped with the clay bar. Clay bar cleaned it up, got all the dirt out. It looked really good. Should have stopped there, scuffed it up, and painted it. But, you know, live and learn.
You can definitely tell a difference, but like,
Not one's as dirty. Okay, we're getting the headlights back on. We just sprayed them out with some compressed air to try and get moist air out. And don't know if it's gonna work. We've got the headlights back in. On the right side, you have to take the boot off of the headlight to get it back in. The rest of them, I just left the headlight in the boot. But the biggest thing is there's these little rubber bump stops that go on the top of the headlight right here, between the high beam and the indicator. Just to stop vibrations, so you need to make sure you don't lose those and that they go back on, or your headlight will make a
racket.
It'd be nice to get it back on first. You want help? Okay, putting in the passenger side headlight. You want to make sure the headlight's in place. The plastic bracket on the outer side of the headlight needs to be on the outside of its metal bracket. And then we need to put in this support. And if you have an AC, the condenser's in the way. So make sure the headlight is in and it slides in properly ahead of time before you put the bracket in. Then you want to set the headlight down. The bracket will go down from the side, and you can lift the headlight up into place. Slide the bracket down around. Push the headlight right up into place. Make sure you didn't lose your rubber bumper. And then you just mount the headlight. Put all the bolts back in.